No one really noticed when she disappeared from their screens. But she noticed. And what she found in that quiet, lonely space ended up changing far more than her routines. It changed her entire future. Here's a story about a woman who thought she was stepping away, but was actually stepping into her real life. Mira wasn't famous. She wasn't trying to be. She was just like everyone else, scrolling between moments, comparing her ordinary life to everyone else's highlight reels. But over time, something inside her kept tightening. It wasn't dramatic, not the kind of thing people post dramatic captions about. It was small, subtle, like waking up every day already tired from a conversation she didn't remember having. She'd sit on her couch after work, phone glowing in the dark, thumb moving on autopilot. Sometimes she'd look up and realize hours had passed. Sometimes she'd catch a glimpse of her reflection in the black screen and feel this strange emptiness, like a part of her was present, but the rest was scattered somewhere else. One night, after scrolling through a mix of wedding announcements, vacation photos, and yet another rise and grind post, she whispered to herself, "I don't even know what I like anymore." It startled her, the honesty of it, the quiet sadness behind it. The next morning, before she could talk herself out of it, Mira deleted every social media app she had. Not deactivated, deleted. Her screen suddenly looked bare, almost too quiet. She told herself it was temporary. A week, maybe 2. But that week felt different. Her mind felt different. For the first time in years, she noticed the details she'd been scrolling past. The morning light on her kitchen tiles, the way her tea steamed in uneven spirals, the sound of her own breathing when she wasn't half distracted. She started reading again. Not articles, books. She started journaling in the evenings, letting her thoughts spill out in messy handwriting instead of curated captions. And something unexpected began to happen. Ideas, small, clumsy, half-formed, started showing up. Not for content, but for herself. At work, she realized she actually enjoyed organizing things, schedules, notes, small chaos. She liked turning mess into structure. One weekend, out of pure boredom, she designed a simple digital planner for her own use. Nothing fancy, just something that made her tasks feel less overwhelming. Then she made another, a prettier one. Then another, one she wasn't embarrassed to show someone else. Before she knew it, she had a folder on her laptop filled with templates, calendars, habit trackers, little organizational tools she wished she'd had years ago. She didn't plan to do anything with them. Not at first. She didn't think they were good enough. But without the noise of other people's achievements staring back at her, without the constant subconscious comparison, she found herself caring less about perfection and more about creation. After 3 months offline, the urge to go back came, hard. Not because she missed social media, but because she was curious what she might be missing, who got married, who had a baby, who moved abroad, that familiar pull toward everyone else's lives. But she'd come too far. She remembered that whisper on her couch. "I don't even know what I like anymore." So she stayed offline. In month 4, she got braver. She researched how online shops worked. Ironically, the only online activity she allowed herself. She watched videos, took notes, tested designs, scrapped half of them, improved the rest. Then one evening, with her heart pounding louder than it should have, she uploaded her planners on a small digital marketplace. She set the lowest price she could. She didn't tell anyone. No announcement, no story post, no new project loading. Nothing. She expected silence. Instead, she woke up to 3 sales. 3. It wasn't much to the world, but to her, it was everything. People, strangers, had chosen something she made. Not because they knew her, not because she marketed it, but because it helped them. Her hands shook as she looked at the notifications. She sat on the edge of her bed and laughed, quietly, in disbelief. Something warm fluttered in her chest. The feeling of discovering a part of herself she didn't know she'd been searching for. And the sales didn't stop. Over the next months, her tiny store grew. Slowly, organically, no ads, no promo, just people telling people. By month 8, she earned enough from her templates to cover her groceries. By month 10, it paid her rent. By the end of the year, she had unintentionally built a business, one she never would have even attempted if she'd still been drowning in the noise of everyone else's progress. It wasn't the money that changed her. It was the clarity, the focus, the sense that she was finally doing something for herself, not for validation, not for likes, not for approval. When the year ended, she sat with her laptop open, hovering over the icons she'd deleted. Should she download them again? She thought of everything she'd created, everything she'd learned, how much lighter she felt without a constant window into other people's lives. She closed the laptop. She didn't need to announce anything. She didn't need to return to be seen. Because for the first time in her adult life, she actually saw herself. In the end, stepping away from the world didn't make her disappear. It made her finally show up for her own life.